I guess we should finally break down this UFC card this weekend, and
Yeah, let's talk about it. So to begin, there's a lot of close, very, very close odds. So I think this is going to be a very heavy betting night. Just to let everybody know now, beforehand, it's going to be a huge betting night. I don't have everything locked in yet because everything's so close. There's so many underdogs that I like. But I guess we'll kick it off.
You also can't get a true. Real quick though, you can't get a true depiction of who you're going to bet for or what you really think about the fight until you see the weigh-ins and you see what, I need a little more information. You should use all the information you possibly can. We'll tell you where we're leaning here, but you got to check in on the social medias later in the night if you really want to. If you want the picks, you got to hit me
So on
up.
A Saturday night, I don't want to hear Matt texting me saying he blames me for Bartosz Fabinski.
Yeah, well, right? I was pissed.
No more of that.
Night.
No more of that.
You told me. You convinced me on that night that GM3 was a bum, and I was like, damn, you're right. And because I always bet GM3, I'm like, damn, he's a bum. You're right.
Yeah.
And I was like, fucking Fabinski's a bigger bum. Like, you know what? I should have known. No, I'm telling you, I knew right away when I saw GM3 walk in the octagon. I said, fuck, he looks good, dude.
Out of his mind.
Yeah, I was like, jeez, he looks huge.
I bet on Diego Ferreira before he missed weight. So that was a fucking mess up by me.
Yeah.
So yeah, you just got to watch. I think you wait for the day of. Make sure there's no pullouts, COVID, whatever else happening backstage. Make sure nothing of that happens. Even if it does, you get your money back, obviously. But you just want to make sure everybody's, there's no funny business going on. Somebody doesn't have like a broken leg coming into a fight or something.
So tell me, main event. What are you thinking? What are you leaning? Minus 135 for Oliveira, and you're leaning Chandler at plus 115.
I don't know, stylistically, this is a hard matchup to even predict. It's not like it's just cut and dry saying Chandler has the advantage here, here, and here. He's going to get it done. I think he's got great wrestling. He's got really good power. He's quick. But, man, Charles Oliveira can do a lot of things, too,
Yes.
Fuck. I'm leaning Chandler, I think, for a lot of non-fighting reasons. It seems like, well, also, I don't know, man. They're really, if you've watched the UFC Embedded for the first 3 episodes, he's on all of them pretty much the entire time. It's just him and Dariush.
Yep.
Those are the only ones they're really talking to. So they're trying to build Chandler up, and which I get. Him and Oliveira even had like almost a little run-in in the airport. Man, I think it's kind of like destiny. I think it's fight. Since coming to UFC, knocks out Dan Hooker, and second fight he's fighting for the belt. I think it's his time. I think he's gonna get the belt. Not counting out Oliveira, but I love him at plus 115 odds.
Yeah, it just seems like that's the right number. I'll just tell you my thoughts real quick. I think the longer the fight goes, I think that does favor Chandler. I just think he will have the better gas tank for this 5-round situation. I think I'm a little curious to see how Oliveira looks on the scale. It's always seems like a problem with him. Even at 145, even the 155, there was like the Ferguson. I remember there was talks of him like wanting to move that fight back or change the weight or something like that. And it was like, I remember Ferguson was like threatening he wouldn't fight if he didn't show up on weight and shit like that. So it's always a conversation. So it's something you should look at. See if he's built for that 5 rounds. I know he's been scheduled for 5-round fights, but I'm not sure he's ever been in the championship rounds.
Chandler?
Oliveira. I know Chandler has. I think Chandler. I just lean Chandler here. I just think his wrestling will be able to keep him. I think he'll be able to keep the pressure on Oliveira and keep himself out of situations where he might get hurt, or not hurt, but like submitted. But it's always dangerous if you're gonna wrestle a fucking jiu-jitsu god like Charles Oliveira. You're gonna run yourself into certain situations over and over and over again. So and are they gonna stand and bang? I feel like Oliveira's longer than him. He'll be able to use that front kick and just But I think Chandler should just put an immense amount of pressure on him from the very beginning of the fight, and if he can keep up that pace, that's the only way he's gonna win.
I think Chandler's going to ice him. I think he's going to put him out first, second round. I just think he's going to catch him with a good shot. I don't think he's going to be dominating him and just kind of kill him. I think he's going to catch him with a shot. I'm not sure when. I'll predict first, second round. Seems like a lot of Oliveira fights don't go very far, no matter if it's him getting a win or not. I think Chandler's going to make quick work of him. It's going to be kind of like a back and forth, chess match maybe, or maybe it's a firefight. I really have no idea what to expect in this fight, which is why I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, I saw someone say online that it's not necessarily a knock against the fight. It's just as a title fight, it's a little like blah, like usually.
I guess I get that because you got Dustin and Connor. It's kind of taken away
all the luster away from it because
I get it.
Everyone thinks the true champion is Dustin now, and Khabib's really the champion, but it's like it's just there's not a true king right now, and someone needs to go out there on Saturday and perform and show us that they're going to stake their claim. Well, I'm the new king. I run this shit now. So
yeah, and they'll be ready for when Connor gets dusted off by Dustin again. So
God, let's not do this. Let's not do this. Fucking God damn it. Let's see. I'm just looking through Oliveira's record. Yeah, it's all 3-round fights. 1-2, 1-2,
all
1-2,
finishes.
3-3-1. Like a lot. It's all finishes or 3-round fights. He has not been in the fourth or
Okay.
So that's something you should something to keep note of. But I'm leaning Chandler. And like we said, it's gonna I think I might just lock it in. I'm betting Chandler. I don't know.
I think I am too. I don't think there's anything that's going to change my mind.
Yeah, that's why to be honest. I don't really think anything's going to change my mind. But that's why the odds are so goddamn close. Oliveira could very easily win. He has a very clear path to victory. So this is a great fight, as good as it gets.
Can't wait. I can't wait for the co-main because I also don't really know what to expect in that. Because they're both so unexpected. Dariush and Ferguson are both
wild cards.
I don't even know, man. Yeah, wild cards. What the hell's Tony going to do? I don't know. Yep. I never know what that nutball's going to do. Same with Dariush, man. I think if Dariush just chills out and doesn't go crazy, he wins a lot of fights. But he likes to just, throw himself in there.
He likes to clang and bang, dude.
Yeah, which is dangerous. I mean, he almost got finished by Jakar Close.
Yes, and he was putting himself in danger of losing that Fahea fight, which was a split decision, So not necessarily should have been, but it still was. Fight of the night, I mean, he's knocking out Scott Holden. I mean, he's on a run here, and Ferguson's is trending in the opposite direction, but
right.
I mean, Ferguson's plus 150.
Dude, his odds are getting higher and higher, so I don't know what to make of it. I'm not really sure.
Usually, you'd like to see him trending the other way. You'd like to see him getting closer to even money. But if you like Ferguson either way,
because I like Ferguson at his odds.
Yeah, exactly. And I just think this is the perfect matchup for Ferguson. We're going to see how if he's truly still in the elite of the lightweight division, or if it's over. Because I mean, Dariush hits hard. But he doesn't hit that hard. He doesn't, not like world-rocking power. He can obviously clip you and hurt you, but like he didn't have that Gaethje power that was just changing Ferguson's life. Like it was
Gaethje almost didn't even finish him.
Exactly. Like it was an accumulation of all those shots, and that was in the 4th and 5th round where he was, starting to come on. Like This is a 3-round fight. I imagine we're going to get the best version of Ferguson that we can get right now, and we're going to truly see. So I'm betting Ferguson. I think I might too. I don't think Dariush. Not that I don't think he is at that level, but I just haven't seen it. I've seen him go to war with a guy like Fahea and other guys. Not as so much recently, but he's on a bender right now. Dariush before was kind of like he was bouncing back and forth. He was losing some fights. He's only got 4 losses, but I mean, losing to Alex Hernandez, but getting KO'd in 42 seconds is like that's
crazy, dude. That was a down moment of his
flying
career.
knee for Barbosa. A draw to Evan Dunham. That's like after he gets knocked out by Hernandez, he's a completely different fighter. He comes back in November and he just turns into an animal. Thiago Moises, Drew Dober, Frank Camacho, Drakkar Close.
Two good wins right there.
Yeah.
And then he does the spinning back. This was
all finishes,
ridiculous. And then
except the
close
fight,
fight was
and the Moises
really good. So, man, fuck. Two really good matchups.
Yes. Both good on the ground. Both can wrestle. Both can throw hands.
I think we're going to see a 3-round war.
Exactly, and I think this is your fight of the night, man. If it's not the main event,
definitely
it's
a fight
gonna
of the night
be
contender.
yeah, it's gonna be something like this. I'm
This
leaning
is one where I
Ferguson.
think
This is good numbers, dude. That's one plus
Ferguson
150
29-28.
is
It's crazy because he opened up at like 120.
Yeah, and he just keeps going up. I like that. I mean, people just think he's
Vegas
washed.
knows something
I've
we
heard a
don't.
lot of people say they just think he's done. He's toast. Maybe he is, but I want to see it. I'm very
I need to see a little bit more before I really put him out.
All right, so we got Ferguson. Oh no, sorry, I already read that. We got Chukagian and Vivian Araujo.
Yep, we got Vivi. I do like Chukagian. I think she's kind of underrated. I don't like how she likes to scream every time she throws a jab.
That's annoying. Njoku was doing that last week.
Very annoying. Just for that reason alone, I might just root for her to get absolutely smoked. But no, I do like Araujo, Vivi, I guess, since I keep butchering her last name. I think Vivi's pretty good. I just think the odds are I think it should be a pick'em, which I guess it's close enough to a pick'em, but she's at, I think, plus 115, 120. I like her, man. She has one loss, and it was a decision to Jessica Ai, who, she's kind of a joke herself, but as a fighter, she's still solid. And that was a really close fight. Could have went either way. She beat Montana De La Rosa. She beat Roxanne Modafferi pretty easily in 3 rounds. Beat Toledo Bernardo way back in the day, knocked her out. She's got good power. Her stand-up's good. Her ground game, her jiu-jitsu is pretty good. I just favor her over Chukagian. I'm not really too moved by Chukagian to be a favorite.
Yeah, I just think that I more rely on the level of skill she's been in there with. Jessica Ai is about the best fighter that Araujo's fought. Not this, I just like the number. I like Chukagian that close. That kind of scares me though, because that means that they're just kind of trying to bait people to bet Chukagian.
Yeah,
and they really think Araujo's gonna take it.
This is a fight that I'm gonna have to break down. I'm gonna have to really get into it.
Yeah,
I'll watch what she did against Roxy fighter, and Montana. See how she looked. Chukagian, every time she fights, man, I'm just not too impressed. She
gets it done, but it's never in an exciting fashion. It's always like it's always a point fight, and she always. Cynthia Calvillo, the Shevchenko fight where she, the Antonina Shevchenko, she beats Jennifer Maia. These are all unanimous decisions where she's just dominating the whole way. She hasn't finished a fighter
in the UFC.
Yeah.
She's had 2 fights not go the distance in the UFC, and that's when she got pounded out by Valentina and smoked by Jessica Andrade.
Yeah, well,
I don't know if Vivian. Yeah, I don't know if Vivi is on the level of those two, per se, but she's still young. Not young, but she's only 10-2. She just started getting it going. Losing to Jessica Ai kind of woke her up. I think she's getting better each fight. It's just hard to really predict where she's at because Chukagian's been at the top for a while. This is one that I'm gonna have to keep my eye on. I might end up not betting on Vivi just because she seems a little volatile. But early line, I like her as the dog. 3 dogs in a row, man. That's tough. That's tough to do.
If Vivian were to go in the opposite direction, like a plus 150, then I would definitely be in the mood for that. I would consider it. But Chukagian amount minus 140 to 150, 160 is is a good line, I think. And I just think she,
probably fair.
You got to look at the resume. I know it doesn't really matter most of the time, but it does. The experience comes into play when you're fighting on the main card in the UFC. It seems like that people just adrenaline dump. They just lose their cool sometimes because they haven't been there, they haven't experienced it, and they don't know what it's like. And not to say that she's fought on not like greatly big cards, but bigger cards. I mean, she fought on a Wednesday afternoon. That was the last time she fought. So it's like, has she ever fought on the Saturday night in Houston in front of all these people? Like, I mean, I know she's fought in front of people, but it's it's been a while. I don't know. I feel like I'm nitpicking
definitely
here,
one to monitor.
But I'm just leaning. I'm leaning Chukagian.
Yeah, I'm leaning.
But like you said, though, I'm not decided on that at all. Like I can definitely be convinced because we've seen Chukagian. She's beatable. but she's tough to beat.
Should find out. So another fight will be good. Barbosa. Yeah, I met Edson Barbosa. Got a picture with him.
Boy.
3 years ago now when he fought Gaethje in Philly.
Yes, like that was 2018, if I'm not mistaken.
Damn. Well, he's got Shane Burgos, and Burgos in the embedded said he's been a fan of Barbosa. He remembers he was in high school watching him fight. So this should be good. Burgos is tough. Barbosa's tough. They're both kind of. I think are they both coming off losses, or did Barbosa just win?
I believe Barbosa. Let me see.
I know he's had a split decision. He's
coming off a win against Marwan Amirkhani.
That's right. He beat Marwan Amirkhani. He lost 2 splits in a row after Gaethje put him out.
Yeah.
It's a tough fight. I think.
The Paul Felder was right down the middle, and I thought he beat Dan Ige.
Yeah. So, and then Burgos is good, but he's not great. We've seen him get finished by
very hittable.
Cater and Emmett, or Emmett didn't finish him, but Emmett beat him. He also is coming off. His last win was against Marwan Amirkhani. So this is really interesting for 150, 145. Fuck, man. I guess I'll go with. I kind of want to lean Barbosa with this kick, but he likes to lose close. That's what I don't like about him.
But I think Burgos, if Burgos doesn't fight smart, I think he's going to get himself hurt. And he kind of likes to fight wild. And I think the leg kicks will be a factor. I've seen Burgos get eaten up by leg kicks. And I think he's more of like a, if I'm not mistaken, I know he's got kicks, but Burgos is more of like a boxer. More of like a strictly relies on his hands, while Edson's more of a fucking, those kicks are winging from all different directions the whole fight. So I think his versatility in the striking will power him through. I don't think Burgos is going to wrestle. Dude. So yeah, absolutely. And I like the plus money. So the plus.
Me too.
Like you said though, there's a lot of. You look at the whole card. There's not one minus 200 on the whole board.
No,
and that's incredible.
Well, there's one. Christos Giagos.
Yeah. Oh my bad. I didn't even scroll down that far. And Gina Mazzani too.
Right, which we'll get to.
We'll get to that. Fucking. I can't wait to hear what you're about to say. Yeah. Matt. What do we got next? Matt Snell. Matt
Schnell and Rogerio Bontorin, I think they're kicking off the main card.
Yes.
2 guys that are at 120, 135 now. Man, Matt Schnell's pretty good. He's coming off a win against Tyson Nam, close fight. He beat Espinosa. He beat your boy Smolka.
Yeah.
I think he lost to Pantoja.
The Last Samurai.
Yeah, but Bontorin himself was looking good, dude. He beat Holly and Paiva. He, I think that was his a second fight in the UFC. But he's coming off 2 straight losses to Ray Borg and Kai Kara-France, 2 guys that are meh. So I favor Schnell here. I like the 165 line. I might just stay away, or maybe it's a parlay piece. Interesting to see how Schnell looks.
I like this.
Dangerous Schnell.
I like this a lot.
Schnell. Yeah, this is going to be a good fight, dude. 135. I'm sorry. I know they fight at 125, but this is at 135.
Yeah.
This is going to be a pretty good fight. To start the main card, it might be a little, dull at times, but I think it's going to be very, maybe like a chess match. Very back and forth.
I think the weight situation is a positive for Rogerio. I think I think he's a little bigger, and the weight cut's a little tougher on him. But I just like Matt Schnell's striking, and I always lean striking. And I saw Rogerio, he had, he might be able to dominate Schnell on the ground. So that's a little, I'm not going to lie to you, a little worrisome. But Bontorin kind of he completely ran out of gas. Kai Kara-France just came back on him. That was a pretty incredible fight, if I remember correctly.
Really good fight.
I don't remember the Ray Borg and him fighting, but
me either. I just losing the decision to Ray Borg doesn't look good.
No, exactly.
Especially unanimous.
Unanimous decision. Yeah, exactly. So, I'm leaning Matt Schnell, and we'll go to Jacare. Jacare Muniz is right down the middle. I'm seeing
so
minus 115. Yep.
Yeah. Which I get because Jacare is kind of he's one of these fighters that's looking like he's at the end of his career too. His chin's been hit a lot more lately. So Muniz, he's coming off a win against your boy again, Bartosz Fabinski, and where he armbarred him really early.
The get right guy.
Yeah, he was on the Contender Series, had a couple fights, didn't get it done his first one, then he got a rear naked choke. Don't think he's really beaten anybody outside of Fabinski, who himself's not great. I do like what he does. I like what he can do. Sergio Pano, I believe his nickname is. I think he's like 31. This is just, it's basically the up and comer guy, the up and comer against the old guy. And who do you like? I like to take the up and comer. A lot of times it's hurt me with Alexander Hernandez against Cowboy, or even Mike Perry against Cowboy. Other guys I've taken, I've faded the old guy. I think it might be a year of fade the veteran 2021.
Wow.
I think it might be fade the vet season.
So you're not wrong. I mean, he's 41.
Yeah,
he's been in there.
That's a lot of miles.
Been knocked out multiple times. But
I mean, what's his last win? Chris Weidman. He was losing the whole fight.
Yeah, he knocked him out. And that
I
was
remember.
In 2018.
I had Weidman.
I
had Weidman. A lot of money on Weidman. Like, all right, boom. He looks good. Won the first round, won the second round. We're halfway through the third. He gets hit, and he just absolutely flops on the mat. And he can't. And I think he was right at Jacare's feet. And Jacare was just kind of looking at him, and he's just like, he's on the ground, shelled up, dead. Weidman was. And, the guys he's lost to since are good. He had a close fight with Blakovic.
Yeah.
But, man, just seeing Kevin Holland, the way he just sat him down on he was on his knees, folding back. It looked bad.
It did.
I think I got Muniz.
So, the good thing is he's had a lot of time to recover from that.
Yeah.
This is one I don't have a pick on. I got to be honest with you. I'm just right down the middle.
It might just be let's see.
Yeah, I kind of want to see what Jacare looks like. I haven't seen, like you said, on the embedded. Like, it's like only 3 guys. I kind of like to see like what kind of mentality and spirit these guys are in. I've seen Oliveira a couple times, but that's just because he's in the title fight. I guess they don't feel like doing the subtitles. They're just like, fuck this, because he doesn't speak English, so they have to they have to write all, translate it all, and write it all in the fucking. I don't know how that works. I'd probably have to have a Brazilian dude come in and just.
It sounds like a lot.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll just take Muniz.
You take Muniz. I'm leaning Sousa. I am leaning Jacare, but not confident at all. And it's probably that's probably a reason for that, because it's -110. So.
Yeah. Let's see what's next week.
Lando.
Another one.
Oh, which one?
Lando Venata and Mike Grundy. It's pretty much it's close to a pick 'em. Again, I don't know what to think of this. They're both coming off losses. Mike Grundy lost to Evloev, who's really good. Lando Venata lost to, was it Bobby Green, who is solid.
But
he also lost to DeCasey. I don't know about Venata, man. He seems kind of like he had that high of when he hurt Ferguson, but then he didn't win.
It's been downhill ever since.
Yeah, it's been down. He's 11-5-2. I like Mike Grundy.
Same.
Not really much to say, but this is going to be another interesting fight to watch. We'll see what Venata's got. He's definitely got some potential fireworks. But
yeah, I'm betting Grundy. I'm not going to say I'm like over the moon about it, but I am pretty confident. I'm not going to lie. But you're talking about a veteran versus a guy who's it's going to be his 3rd fight in the UFC.
Yeah.
So man,
we'll see.
It's just tough, man. This card is full of these where I'm just saying we'll see and all that shit.
Yeah,
it's like,
I know.
I want to tell you guys I have a pick, but like some of these I really just don't. I don't.
It's Wednesday night, Wednesday afternoon. I'm still back and forth on a lot of these. There's a couple more pick'ems that we have to go. It's a lot.
These people still haven't weighed in. Some of these might get canceled, all this other shit. So it's like there's so much that you got to contend with. But I just don't like what I've seen from Lando. Like the last couple times, he just hasn't even been in some of these fights. Like that Bobby Green fight, he was not even in. Same with the DeCasey.
Mike Grundy will take it to you, man. He does not let up.
Yeah, and I think if he's gonna wrestle him, and I think he's not easily wrestled, but I think that's the path to victory. You don't want to stay. Even people who've stood with him. I don't know if Grundy wants to stand with him, but people have been able to stand with him and hold their own. He's a creative striker, but he's not really all that great at the striking element, I guess. But I
guess we'll move on to my lock.
Oh boy,
my lock of the night. My lock of possibly the year. Antonia Shevchenko is now minus 125. She's
boy.
moving down. I don't care what the line shifts to. I am putting everything on Antonia Shevchenko against Andrea Lee. A lot of people like Andrea Lee. I do not.
Yeah,
I think she's easy to take down. I don't think she has takedown offense herself. I think all she does is really stand up and fight, which is, she's tough. She reminds me a little bit of Paige, where she's tough, not really good, but she's lost 3 in a row. And she's lost to Joanne Calderwood, Lauren Murphy, Roxanne Modafferi. Come on. La Pantera just ground and pounded Ariane Lipski into the dirt.
La Pantera.
I think Antonina's a kickboxer. He's got the stand-up background. Again, if Andrea Lee can take her down, then it might be over. Antonia might lose another decision. She doesn't know how to stop a takedown. I don't see that happening at all. I got Antonina 30-27, easy.
The Roxanne Modafferi fight is all I needed to see.
That's all you need to see, man.
And she was able to dominate her on the ground, and pretty much have her way with her.
Yeah.
Maybe dominate is not the right word, but just control her, and that's all you need to do. And I think Antonina will be able to do that against her, and I think she will have her way with her. I think
Antonina might even be able to take her down and dominate her on the ground.
I mean, Antonina, it's crazy to think she did lose to Roxanne by split decision, but she's better than Roxanne, I believe if they fought again, that would be different. Close. Yeah. So, but I don't think Valentina was a good, not to say she wasn't good, but she wasn't the mixed martial artist she is today. She wasn't as well rounded then, She was kind of still, I know she had a first fight in 2002, dude. Like,
that's
what?
crazy.
2003, 05, and then she fights in 2017.
Yeah.
But, so we're going Shevchenko.
That's my lock. Yeah, that's my lock. Absolute lock. I might even lock it in now. I guess I'll wait till weigh-ins.
Yeah.
But that's my lock
or something.
Yeah.
Jordan Wright, Jamie Pickett.
Another pick'em.
Yep.
11-5, 11-1. Jamie Pickett, 2 big dudes. Fighting at 185 middleweight.
Yep.
Yeah. So Pick just lost to what? Nchukwi? That's rough.
Yeah, it's not a good.
That's
sign
a rough.
Times.
Then you got the Beverly Hills Ninja, awful nickname. He just lost to Joaquin Buckley, which I get. Dude can knock out anybody. Before that, he beat Ike Villanueva, who's a bum.
Yes.
So I don't know what's going to happen here. I guess I'll take Jordan Wright just because he didn't lose to Tafon Nchukwi, and that might be all I got.
Yeah, this one's a total don't waste your money pick. I have nothing for you. It's right down the middle because the people making the line have no fucking idea either. No one has any clue. They just throw it out there exactly. They're like, let's see what they bet. And maybe we have this thing wrong. And I mean, I'm leaning Pickett because I just hate Jordan Wright. It's so irrational. But it's just, I don't know. I saw him get folded by Buckley. He fought someone on the Contender Series, and it was a no contest. Yeah, and he got knocked the fuck out in the first 40 seconds of the fight, flatlined. I mean, he's a young guy, but I've seen him get knocked out too much. And Jamie Pickett's not that good either. So it's like this is just a total throw it up in the air. Throw it up in the air, flip a coin, and let me know what you bet.
We'll see.
So here you go. This is you. You take the floor.
This is my underdog lock of the night. Priscilla Cachoeira against Gina Mazzani. Gina Mazzani's a bum. I'm not going to pound the Priscilla Cachoeira fan club here. I'm not going to pound the table for her. But Gina Mazzani to be a minus 220 when her best win is Rachel Ostovich, it just seems like kind of a joke. She got finished by Julia Avila in the first. She got finished by Macy Chiazon, who was terrible.
Lena Landsberg.
She lost to Lena Landsberg. She got finished by Sarah McMahon in the first round. 3 first-round losses. In the UFC. She is minus 220 against Priscilla Cachoeira, who, again, not great. She was in there against Valentina. She at least made it to the second round, which probably shouldn't even have happened. I get it. She lost to Molly McCann. She lost to Luana Carolina. 2 bums. Her last fight, she knocked out Shannon Dobson. Listen, another bum. These are not the greatest fighters we're talking about here. However, she knocked Shayna Dobson out within like a minute. I think that says a lot more than Gina Mazzani knocking out Rachel Ostovich. I just see two not good fighters, and usually in women's MMA, when you have two women who are, you have really nothing good to say about either of them necessarily, you always go with the underdog. Always.
I couldn't agree anymore.
That's where I'm going.
You 100% just basically said all that needs to be said. There's no reason she should be a plus 200 or minus 200. She has not earned that in any way.
She looks good sometimes. Yeah, all right, exactly. I get it. She's good,
but she's got a little. They must think that this Priscilla Cachoeira stinks.
Yeah.
And as you
she was in there against
Valentina. She doesn't stink that much. She might stink, but she doesn't stink that much.
I guess it stinks less is what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Two fights to kick off the fight card. Kevin Aguilar and Tucker Lutz, Sean Soriano, Christos Giagos. I don't have much here. Sean Soriano, though, training with Henry Hooft and Michael Chandler, he said he's going to start the card with the bang, and then they're going to finish the card with the bang. I don't know about that. Giagos is pretty good.
Yeah, and in the Kevin Aguilar fight, I would just fade Kevin Aguilar.
Tucker Top Gun Lutz?
Yeah, I don't know,
man. I like it.
I'm all in on that. And, the Gallegos fight, Gallegos is good, and so I would probably bet him, but he's just it's the biggest number, but it's easy to throw in the parlay because it's not that big of a number.
Yeah, Aguilar, aka the Angel of Death.
Sean Soriano has been training with Michael Chandler though, so
yeah,
keep that.
I believe didn't Aguilar fight in Philly? He fought Barzola. I believe this is in Philly. No,
I want to say he did. Yes.
So I remember. Yep. Yeah. Okay. And that was his last win, funny enough, which is so long ago. So obviously,
March 30th, 2019.
Fading the Angel of Death here. You got Tucker Lutz. So that pretty much sums it up for this. I can't wait. I can't wait to lose all my money. Hopefully, I win all the money because it's been a rough week or two. We'll see, man. We'll see.
I'm really excited to it, man. I mean, I am excited. I think it's going to be an entertaining card. I think. It's just like so much like left up in the air. Like there's like last week you kind of knew what was going to happen. There's always that hope and excitement when you don't know what's going to happen this weekend.
Right.
I had so many of those fights where you kind of like, okay, the Marina's going to do this.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Right.
But so we're going to say
6:30 start time.
Wow.
Giagos and Soriano kick it off. Then you got Lutz, Aguilar, Mazzani, Cachoeira on the early prelims, and then the prelims start at 8 on ESPN Plus. I love the time. I should be out of work in my room, in my bed, smoking a blunt when Gina Mazzani takes this fat, huge L. That's what should be happening.
Yep.
So hopefully it goes as planned. It probably won't. I'll probably lose every single fight. I just hope for madness. It's kind of what I hope for this point. If I start losing money,
I agree. And whenever I bet against you, I hope you get knocked out. If I lose, that's always my thing. I just want you to take the L and feel the way I feel.
Take the rest. There's gonna be a lot of rest and pisses. Going on this weekend.
Yeah, and I think I feel confident about a lot of the picks we just made. I felt confident last week, and it seemed like I think we might be on a heater, dude. It kind of feels like it because the last couple weeks I've cashed out, like not like crazy cashed out, but like doubled my money up, which I always consider is a fucking plus. Whatever I bet, if I make double that, then I fucking I had a good night. So I believe in a lot of these picks. I think there's a lot of money to be made since it's right down the middle, and there's a lot of where you might think someone's gonna win, and it's really questionable. So I am excited. I cannot fucking wait.
And I don't think there's anything else going on this weekend, right? There's no
fight-wise, I don't think so. No.